Hi, and welcome to PwC Canada's Alumni Spotlight Series. It's my pleasure today to be speaking with Tim Deacon. Tim, welcome.
Hi, Lana. Thanks for having me.
Tim, you've had a significant part of your career spent at PwC Canada, as well as on secondments globally. Can you tell us how those experiences have really helped set you up for the next steps in your career?
Well, I feel very fortunate when I was at PwC, had the opportunity to work across several lines of service, starting in assurance and then later moving into advisory and transaction services, and even a secondment to the national office. I had the chance to work across a variety of industries, and I was really thankful for the opportunity and not having to specialize so early on. But I think the opportunity that really differentiated for me was the opportunity to do an international secondment to the UK so early in my career. This really gave me a global perspective and helped open up a variety of doors and opportunities for me. And in fact, when I came back to Canada, I had the opportunity to start a new practice area for the firm. And at the time, it was helping Canadian public companies with their adoption and transition to IFRS, which was very new to the market at that time. And since then, I've been able to take those skills and experiences and apply them in financial services at one of Canada's most global financial institutions, and now with Ontario Teachers.
You're a demonstrated innovator. Can you tell me a little bit about what you want to accomplish in your role at Ontario Teachers Pension? How are you going to make your mark?
That's exactly our ambition at Ontario Teachers. We're investing to make a mark. You know, I've always been motivated by roles that bring the opportunity for growth, change, and transformation. At Ontario Teachers, we're leveraging tools and data, so things like our asset return, our performance, our risk measurements, our asset valuations, to help drive insights that are more predictive in nature, less rearview mirror looking. And that's really what I think helps drive the business forward. In our case, generate investment returns. And that's really how our finance team is seeking to make its mark.
So we see that ESG is a topic that continues to come up, and it's an ever-evolving topic. It's touching so many parts of an organization today. How do you, as a CFO, empower people to make an impact, and why is that important?
Well, our membership base, the Teachers of Ontario, care a lot about the impact that we have in the investment choices that we make. So things like governance was a core foundation to our organization, and climate has always been an important feature. Our commitment to net zero by 2050 and our aggressive interim targets to get 2/3 of the way there by 2030 are areas where we're seeking to play a leadership role. And then increasingly more, the social impact becomes critical. And so speaking of finance transformations and data and insights that drive the organization forward, I think there's never been a better opportunity than now with the advent of these new financial reporting standards that are really going to be governing and looking at the way that these types of information and disclosures are brought. I think there's a role for anyone in finance to help contribute to that. And to do this, it's really around that data, bringing transparency and consistent measurement, and the opportunity for finance to get involved and help shape and lead that is really exciting. And I see the role of the CFO is to help set the vision for this and to help guide the execution.
Thank you, Tim, for taking the time today to speak to me as part of PwC Canada's Alumni Spotlight Series.
Well, thank you for having me.